countries are legalizing marijuana now.
Mm-hmm.
And Nigeria probably has one of the best strains of marijuana in the world.
And it's grown in your state.
And we are still, and people are still shying away. They are saying, no, how will they control it? How will they do this one? Excuse me, this is multi-billion-dollar industry that you are killing because of some people's moral. Who tomorrow will probably hide somewhere behind their doors and enjoy a puff. Excuse me, don't waste resources. We keep wasting resources in Nigeria, and it gives me room for concern until all the monies have been made before we start running heter-scatter. That is not the best thing.
That's not the best
Some
thing.
of these people who are being moralists, if they prescribe medical marijuana for them, would they say, no, I'm a moralist, I can't use the oil?
So you're saying basically Nigeria should look into that stream. That's a potential stream of income. The process of marijuana.
If they legalize it today, probably people like us will go into the business.
I understand you celebrated your birthday recently. I think yesterday or the day before yesterday.
Yesterday, actually.
Yesterday. So how old are you now?
I'm just 37 now.
37.
3 to 40.
3 to 40. Wait.
Yes, so.
If you think about it, 40 is no longer far. But let me ask you now. If, let me say, 10, 15 years ago, the life you are living now, if somebody came and said, say, this is how your life would be like in 15 years' time, would you have believed the person?
I thought my life would have been better than this.
Okay.
So, going to secondary school, having all those dreams where you say, okay, I'm going to study medicine and then, finish school. Then I'll do my 1 year housemanship. Then I'll start working. I'll have my small 3-bedroom. I'll get married. All those dreams.
Yeah.
Well, we've gone past those ones now, and we're just at that stage where we're saying, God, it is time for you to settle us, and then so that we can start building legacies.
Okay.
So basically, it's just to let people know that this is a voice of reason, not a voice of the opposition. This is just the son of Elijah using his voice to call on the state government to make sure that the people of the local government have a better life. I tell you the truth, what I saw in Elijah can be the powerhouse of Ondo State. Elijah can be the powerhouse of Ondo State if it is properly managed. I tell you the honest truth, it can. Okay. And also, I think it is our duty to also call on the members of Osopadek.
Okay.
That is the body that manages the shares of the 13% derivatives that come from the oil production region. And so it's to call on them to try as much as possible to help alleviate the poverty and the situation of the people in the local government. Okay. Yes, a day after I recorded one of the roads that the governor noted on my page, I lost my auntie.
I was going to ask you about that. Yes,
I lost my auntie on one of those roads.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
What I saw was the lack of necessary equipment at the general hospital. She was referred from Igbokoda to Ondo town, which is over 2 hours, which is about 2 hours away from Igbokoda.
So the hospital sorry, before you continue, let me ask you. So the hospital in Igbokoda, that's the general hospital, did not have the resources. So your aunt had to be referred to the one in Ondo town, which you said is 2 hours away. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. And then we discovered that the ambulance wasn't working, and we had to get a private ambulance. And then there was no oxygen for her, and they couldn't stop the bleeding. It couldn't stop the bleeding. And so for somebody who is well over 70, it was a sad one to see that she died right before my eyes, which was what informed me doing that video. It wasn't to mock anybody's government. You know, the dilapidation and the lack of equipment in the general hospital didn't start with the present government.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, I love to be factual. I love to be truthful. It didn't start with them, but I also think that they could have done something about it. That is the truth. That is why they are in the government in the first place, to help the people. And so it is basically a call to the necessary authority to do the right thing for the people. I might not be in Ilaje, but if we all keep shying away that it is none of our business, one day it will come home like it hit me hard. So this is a reality, but I'm working with other people, individuals, to see how we can start a trust fund for education, health, and security in Ilaje local government. I saw the state of the police police station in Igbokoda. I didn't like it. I saw the area command in Okitibupa. It's an eyesore. Really, it's an eyesore. And all I can do right now is to speak and hope that the people that I'm calling on to join me will join me to help in our own little way.
Let me ask you now, what do you think is the solution to not just your local government, to the problems you're having in Nigeria? If it was up to you, what's the solution?
First, in all fairness to everybody, the state government cannot be everywhere. In all fairness, the state government cannot be everywhere. And that is why we have local government. But I think one of the things that affects local government performances in Nigeria is because there is no autonomy for local government. Yes, there is no autonomy for the local government. They are basically all still relying on the state government.
Even though the president has, there's a bill that was really recently introduced. I think the president has signed it into law now, giving autonomy to them. Still, it's still not working, right?
But until it is officially formalized, we can't start holding the local governments responsible. First, I think one of the first things to do is to make sure that the National House of Assembly passed a bill that all states must, without delay, conduct local government elections. All states, they must conduct local government elections. We should stop the issue of caretaker chairmen that are elected, or I said elected,
appointed, appointed
by appointed by the state governor. That must stop. If we want to be able to hold the local government responsible, people must vote for who they want to lead them in the local government. So that if they are not doing well, we can hold them responsible. That is number one. Then, two, they should formalize the local government autonomy so that their monies are paid directly to them from the federal government. Directly to them. Because when they're paid directly to them, we cannot question them on how they spend the money. We cannot demand for accountability. But as long as it is not done, as long as there is no local government elections, there is no autonomy for their allocation, it is difficult to hold the chairmen accountable. That is the honest truth, my brother. I'm not partisan.
Okay.
And so sometimes it is painful when people try to bring partisanship into your advocacy. You've known me for quite a while. I have always spoken my truth. And like I always tell people, posterity will judge each and every one of us. You know, one, I told people that during the fuel subsidy stuff, I was at Ojota on numerous occasions.
Yes.
And while everybody was clamoring that they should not remove fuel subsidy and all those stuff, and they were coming on stage swearing for the government of the day, swearing for celebrities who refused to come out to join the protest, I simply went on stage and I said something. I said, I don't care if they are removing fuel subsidy. What I want to know is the money that will be saved if the fuel subsidy is removed, will it be judiciously used to the benefit of the people? Will the government be accountable for it? And you know, I asked those questions, but people didn't understand because some people already politicized the protest.
Yes.
And today, those same people who made politics out of that protest are in government today, and they've removed that subsidy. And now they are trying to do something that could have been done in 2012, in 2020, 8 years after. Ask yourself this simple question. If it had been done in 2020, we probably would have cried over it and learned to live and deal with it. Now we are just trying to come to that reality. It is sad that we have to wait for 8 years to understand this basic stuff because of some people's selfishness. It is not right. This is basic reasoning. And then in 2017, when we're talking about the protest that Two-Face announced, and then he had to back out, I said I was going to go ahead because I wanted to speak so that my future generation will know that this man spoke. Yes. And I said something very remarkable in that 2017, that it doesn't concern me today. One day, it will concern each and every one of us.
Of course.
And look at what happened to me recently. It's not about the word of a prophet. It is just about reality. That if we don't deliberately ask for change and create room for change, we will come back to pay for it. We will. The state government can't be everywhere.
Yes.
And so the local government needs their autonomy so that we can hold them responsible. And all citizens must also learn to speak out.
Okay.
I think another thing is there should be proper communication between the government leading the people and the people. If there is no proper communication, the people will not know what the government is doing when they are trying to do it and when it will be done. We need all these things. Proper education, whether you like it or not, we need it.
Yes, you're right, Seyi. You're right. Thank you very much for your thoughts. And I really, like I said, I appreciate everything you're saying. So we say in future, now you've mentioned clearly that you're not partisan. You don't like when partisanship is brought into your activism. But one of the ways you can actually make this change, apart from speaking from outside, is getting into the system and trying to affect these changes you speak about. So let me ask you now, are you going to run for office in the future? Do you think it's something? Have you ever thought about politics, entering politics as a politician? To, if not for anything, for this change that you speak about?
Trust me, I have never been one to shy away from politics. I have never been one to shy away from it. And I've always said it, whether I like it or not, someday I may have to be in politics. I remember years back, I was saying, yes, I'm going to contest for the presidency, that we're going for the presidency and all those stuff. Yes, a lot of people understood the fact that I was joking about it and all those stuff. But the truth is, politics concerns each and every one of us.
Okay.
Concerns everybody. You are either participating by voting or not voting. If you refuse to vote, you are giving room for those who are not competent enough to be at the helms of affairs. And then if you vote, it is your duty to make your vote count, at least at your polling unit. If we all take record of what happened in our polling unit, and we can all post the record from our polling unit, then it is difficult for elections to be rigged. You know?
Yes.
So participating by voting is very, 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 very key. And then getting into government, if you have the will, the self-will to do it, I'm not holding anybody back. If the time comes and I think that it is necessary for me to be a part of the core inner decision of the state, I will come out.
Okay.
I will not run away. I will come out. You know, I will not run away. I'm telling you the honest truth.
Okay.
I just want to see a better future for my people. If I can influence that decision without being in politics, maybe being able to build some certain relationship or cooperations with other people, multinationals across the world that can effect positive change in the lives of the people, I will also take that route. It doesn't necessarily mean I have to be in government, but whatever, Dangote is not in government today, but it's influencing the lives of people positively.
Yes.
You know, and for me, that is what I want to do.
That's what you want to do.
The biggest thing and the only thing for me is channeling my energy to the positivity and the growth and development of the people.
Okay. Before you go, this one, if I don't ask this one, people will be wondering what's going on. They've been wondering that how come they've not been seeing your baby, they've not been seeing Tiwa as much as they used to on your social media pages. And I understand you said her page was hacked.
Well, Tiwa is always with me. She almost bumped into our interview right now.
Yes.
You know, I have to give her that look to make her sit in one place. Well, it's like I said, I am not one that is easily swayed by people's opinion. But especially when I have my conviction for what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm not easily swayed by people's opinion. When I need to bring her out on social media, I will bring her out. If I think I don't want her to be seen, I'll let her have fun as let her be where she is. And for me, that is basically it. It is called parenting. It goes beyond social media.
Wonderful.
Yes, we can celebrate all the paparazzi, like they say, all the glamour on social media, but we also have a duty to perform behind the cameras and all.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. And I really do. I feel like a lot of parents like this in Nigeria today need to understand what you have just said. Yes, it is even sad that a lot of people still don't understand that social media has gone beyond photo sharing and show off. That it has become a tool for wealth. You know, young children of 6, 7, 8 are making huge money from YouTube, Instagram, becoming influencers and brand ambassadors. And so when Nigerians begin to criticize you bringing your children to the social media, I keep wondering why we always want to do things late, a little too late. You know, like I told somebody at one time that countries are legalizing marijuana now. And Nigeria probably has one of the best strains of marijuana in the world. And it's grown in your state.
And we are still, and people are still shying away. They are saying, no, how will they control it? How will they do this one? Excuse me, this is multi-billion-dollar industry that you are killing because of some people's moral. Who tomorrow will probably hide somewhere behind their door and enjoy a puff. Excuse me, don't waste resources. We keep wasting resources in Nigeria, and it gives me room for concern until all the monies have been made before we start running helter-skelter. So that is not the best thing.
That's not the best
Some
thing.
of these people who are saying, who are being moralists, if they prescribe medical marijuana for them, would they say, no, I'm a moralist, I can't use the oil?
So you are saying basically Nigeria should look into that stream. That's a potential stream of income. The process of marijuana.
If they legalize it today, probably people like us will go into the business.
See, you've given me my headline.
Maybe that's where my next stream of income will come.
You have given me my headline. Seyi Law to go into marijuana production. That is it right there, man. I tell you, that is it. That is it right there. That is it right there. But what you're saying is facts. It's facts. Do you understand? It is facts.